Say your love is a lifetime, well it's the right time, and I can tell you right now, that shawty on my side is a dime, we can take it to the moon and back, and after we hit the moon, then we die. Hey, Michael Isreal here with Real TV, tuning in, hope all is well, but you already know how we gotta do it right now. And matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a short break. Be back in a sec. One. You know, maybe one day you'll awake, or maybe you're already awoken. But don't run away from the truth. We need the truth. Don't run away from the truth. Yeah. Hang in there. Run the race all the way to the end. Run the race all the way to the end. Spending money not the only thing we need to do. Giving money to the poor is what we need to do. A lot of lies in this world, but we need the truth. I know you run away, but we need the truth. I know you want to run away, but we need the truth. It's like we living in the cage, living in the zoo. Why you want to run away when we need the truth? Why you want to run away when we need the truth? When we need the truth, why would you want to run away? Welcome to Real TV. Michael Isreal, your host, sponsored by Spreaker Radio. And I would like to welcome you. If this is your first time, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Just go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause. So, again, you know, on Real TV, we keep it real. I got to keep it 100 with you. So that's what the show is all about. Today's show is called All White. I'm going to try to make this real quick and touch on a few notes, and we'll just leave it at that. But I am aware of the different news that's been going on. We're not going to start with not on the mainstream news right now. Pardon me. I had a salad. I had a dang on spinach salad tonight, and I put a little cracked pepper on it with the vinaigrette, and I still got one of those peppercorns, it feels like. So pardon me if it sounds like I'm clearing my throat, but all is well. So yeah, I'm aware of the different news and everything that's going on. As far as the latest update, we see that Bill Cosby is going to prison for up to 30 years through the allegations. It looks like he has been caught up with 3 different allegations, in which of those 3 cases, he will face up to 10 years each for each case, totaling up to approximately 30 years in prison. So, as you can see here, this is a clear message on the legacy of an American dad, if you will. Now, we can't be too foolish to think that, of course, that if OJ is going to get away with it, right, get away with the murder, right, then they're going to let Bill Cosby scot-free. No, let's take it a little bit deeper. They got Prince. They got Michael Jackson. They got 2 of the greatest. I mean, come on. You're going to get Bill, too, whether he's a part of the Mega Sci-Fi and all. And, you know, see, that's how Satan play. That's how Satan play the game. You know, early in, he may not get you at first, but he will get you. You know what I mean? You'll play the game, and, you know, you'll be a part of that umbrella, whether whichever fraternity or sorority that that person may be a part, or you or whoever who may be a part of any of those groups. It's all an umbrella within an umbrella under Satan. You know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, it's under one hat. You know, it's either we love the Most High or Mammon. You can't love 2. You know what I mean? Man. See, some people like to say that it's all about NBC, that he got caught up with NBC with the allegations because he wanted to buy the network. No, that's not the case. It has to do with two things. One is that Bill Cosby is due for a sacrifice, and two, it has to do with what he said to a reporter when Trump was running for president. Okay? If you go and look back in the archive, of course, we know that Bill Cosby at one point had a little money and he wanted to buy NBC, wanted to have his own network. No, that's not the case. Why the Illuminati, if you will, or the elite is after him. For one, Bill Cosby had an interview with a news reporter, and he asked him during the time when Trump was running for presidency. They said, hey, Bill, what do you think about Trump? What do you think about his presidential election? Do you think he's going to win? Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the actual network. But Bill Cosby said something along the lines of, nobody cares about old Trump. All he do is this. And he was quacking his hands, like all he doing is running his mouth. All he do is this. And he said, ain't nobody want to talk about no Trump. Just forget. He was saying, he was really going off. And, of course Trump heard about it. Now, how they play the game is that they're not going to get you right away. It's too obvious. They'll wait 2 years, 3 years, But behind closed doors, of course, they're cursing and yelling, slamming doors. I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. So what they'll do, what the Caucasian elite will do, I got to call it how it is, Caucasian elite men in particular, what they'll do when things like this happen, they'll just call up a black woman to their office, to their home, have sex with her, treat her, viciously in the bedroom, and, and take it out on the women physically, since they can't. You see what I'm saying? It sounds a little weird, but that's how they like to play. So, and that'll be like their little temporary satisfaction. They'll wait 2-3 years. They waited at the end of his life to get him. But basically, a couple of years after this interview, then things started to pop off. And what happened was, a lot of women were paid off. I can't say all of them, but a lot of the women were paid off. We got to put two and two together. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. But, yeah. And the other thing is that Bill Cosby was due for another sacrifice. He sacrificed his son like in the early, late 90s. And they basically came to him and said, hey, it's about that time. He wanted to go on tour. He wanted to go on a world tour, comedy tour. And it was due for him for a sacrifice. And, they basically went to him and said, hey, we want Camille. He's like, no, I'm not giving up my wife. They said, well, we need your daughter. He's like, no, I'm tired of this. I'm not giving. I gave y'all this, I'm not. So they're like, okay. And then next thing you know, the allegations come back to back, right? Now, I want y'all to keep an eye on two people, too. This may have slipped past you, but Martin just came back. Martin Lawrence just came back in the game not too long ago. Have you noticed that he's been on tour? And have you noticed that they're talking about coming back with the Martin Show? Now, Tommy from the Martin Show just died. That was his sacrifice. He's back in the game now. He's getting a fresh. He's coming back with a fresh breath now. The same thing with Macaulay Culkin is another one to look for. He has before he had the long, rugged caveman hairstyle with the beard, scruffy face, rock and roll style. Now they got him cleaned up. They got him clean shaven face, just like in Home Alone. Nice low cut and rocking the sweaters and collar shirts. But notice, before he made his grand appearance, the actual dad on Home Alone died. That was his sacrifice. So I'm not going to get too much into it, but all I'm saying is this. It's orchestrated. The elite go by a, what can I say? A policy, a motto. In Latin, it's called order de chaos, meaning order of chaos. Meaning that they create the chaos, they get the reaction from the people, and they create the solution to their own problem. And I'm saying this to bring up a couple of things. I'm going to mention these points. I may take a short break and then come back when not on the mainstream news. I want to keep this under 30 minutes if we can. So, it all boils down to this, right? let's consider the White House, since this show is called All White. So we're gonna take it to the White House, and before we talk about that, we might as well talk about this too. D.C. is not a regular city in the U.S. Of course, we know it's the capital of the U.S., but it's an embassy. They have different rules. They have different regulations than any other city in the United States. So you have D.C. is like the military power of the world, right? United States with the Air Force, Coast Guard, Navy, Marine Corps, you know what I mean? 3rd Infantry, the first line, all these different branches. So you have DC like the military of the world. Then you have London, which is like the monetary system of the world, with the European the European Union, so London with Queen Elizabeth and everything. Queen Elizabeth owned like the U.S. and then some, but we're not going to get too far into that. And then the third thing to know is that Vatican City is supposedly the quote-unquote religion of the world. There's over like 1.2 or 1.6 billion Catholics and then some, but not just the count, because you can say Muslims and Catholic almost have the same count, if you will, according to statistics. But when you narrow 2 and 2 together, the Vatican City is unlike any other city in the world. They have their own rules, their own regulations, all them catacombs with millions of people, dead bodies and stuff. But there you go. So according to the White House, right? Do y'all remember that huge statue that came out? The huge naked woman, the purple looking woman, that was in D.C. Well, this statue came out in like October or August of last year, 2017. So this statue was placed in front of the obelisk or the phallic symbol in D.C. The woman is actually facing the phallic symbol. That phallic symbol is just another representation of the bull's penis, which we're not going to get too deep into that right now. But she's facing that and she's naked. Go and look at the picture. The name of the statue is called the R Evolution, right? So the R Evolution statue was placed in October, right? October, fall, harvest, you know what I mean? Fall, that's when it's time to reap your crops, reap what you sow, right? To reap what you sow. She's facing the phallic. It's all symbolism. So they knew what they were going to do beforehand. They know the outcome, and they're just getting a reaction from the people, and they're going to see how this is going to play off. That's why I'm calling this show All White, because the White House knew about this before time, all these allegations and things. We're going to dive into it. But, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. But just think back to the name again. The name is called the R Evolution statue. That's the name of the naked woman. And that statue was only supposed to be up until November. But they said that they're going to keep it up a little bit longer. And it's still up to this day. So you have R Evolution. You put 2 and 2 together. It means revolution. Revolution. So what is revolution? We know what that means. Revolution is basically what? What is revolution? It's basically it's a change. It's a change of political power or any type of organization that happens very, very quickly. Very quickly. You know what I mean? It's when basically the entire population revolt against being oppressed or against their oppressor, whether it's political, social, economic, right? That's what revolution means. So this statue is called the Revolution statue, but they call it the R Evolution. You see? Play on words. Ah, man. But, yeah. So this show is called All White. And I want us to keep a couple of things in mind with everything going on. Even though Bill Cosby may be getting sentenced with these allegations, you have to remember that these allegations first started with Bill Cosby. These allegations first started with Bill Cosby, And I'm sure they're not going to end with Bill Cosby, right? You see where I'm going with this? Now, what's funny is that, how can I say this? You have other celebrities who are still off the line, like Trump, like Bill O'Reilly, Matt Lauren, whatever his name is, Charlie Sheen, right? We could go on for days and name ton of it. How about we take it back to the lady Carolyn, what's her name? Dorman, the lady that admitted that Emmett Till didn't even look at her, or you know what I mean, or raped her, or whatever. At 83 years old, basically in 2017, she finally admitted that Emmett Till was innocent, right? Why haven't they put her in jail? Why haven't they put her in jail? Is it because she's white? Or is it because all white people have privilege? No. See, here's the thing. When it comes to this crazy system, it's like bleach. See, bleach works real good on whites, but bleach is damaging to colors. I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right, so just because, let's get into some of the symbology. Some things that are white are good. You know, it's good to eat egg white. So you know what I mean? It's good to have your teeth white. It's good that your eyes are white and not pink. It's good to have white clothes. You know what I mean? You don't want any stain on it, right? It's beautiful to see the clouds are white, right? Some people like to go out and get a beer. They like to see that white foam at the top of their glass. There's nothing wrong with white. So I'm not being prejudiced and I'm not racist, but I have to say that everything that is all white is not necessarily good. I mean, there's sugar. Too much of anything is bad for you, but the sugar that we get on a normal and regular basis, if you have a meal at a fast food restaurant, you're getting sugar in your soda, sugar in your fries, sugar in the pizza, sugar in the bun, sugar in the dips and sauces. You see what I'm saying? Okay? Then you have salt. Salt holds on to water, and the body has to rid of water. It has to, you drink water to cleanse the toxins out of your system. You know what I mean? And keep your cells full and round so they're not looking scrunchy like a raisin. You know what I mean? But salt holds on to water. Too much of a too much of a good thing could be bad. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with salt, but there's like refined salt is not good. It's good to have a good kosher salt. It's good to have Himalayan salt. For those who have, I'll put a disclaimer on this. Talk to your doctor, talk to your physician. But for those who have high blood pressure, I learned when I worked at Whole Foods once upon a time that Himalayan salt is the best salt that you can get. It doesn't clog. It's great for those who are diabetic. It's great for those who have high blood pressure because it doesn't have any iodine. Iodine causes your blood pressure to rise. Himalayan salt has over 23 different trace vitamins and minerals like your zinc, magnesium, riboflavin, stuff like that, which is actually good for you and nourishes the body. And it actually has a great taste. But it's not a white salt, it's pink. It even comes in a color of gray and black. There's different tones of salt. But we're so trained to eat white sugar, white salt, white bread, cauliflower. Cauliflower is not even real. You see what I'm saying? We're trained to eat white rice when we should go to the whole grain. If someone is sick and they have to get better, it is not good for that person to eat white bread. It is not good for that person to eat salt, refined salt, or sugar. You know, it's better to eat things like honey or sugar cane or, you know what I'm saying, Himalayan salt. Salt from Utah. You know what I mean? Salt Lake City, right? But you kind of see what I'm saying? So, man, it's deep. It's like wearing all white clothes. Wearing all white clothes is a good thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, speaking of it, this is just, I'm keeping it real. This is on the conversation of white, so let's talk about it. Isn't it funny how when you wear all white, you're very conscious of not only what you touch, but it just kind of does something to your personality a little bit. You know what I mean? You're just very, it's hard to wrap into words, but it's very important. I find it very special how our Heavenly Father made a bid to us, commanded us to wear all white. When you go to, I want to say it's the book of Numbers 15 and 38, when he talks about bid to the Israelites that they wear all white and a red band of blue at the bottom of their garments. It's good. And it's he commanded that to the Jews. Now you got to think about it too, of like the psychological part about it, right? The psychology about it. So Jews are derived from Africa, as we know it, right? Africa has blistering heat. It can go all the way up to 125 degrees or better. So isn't it a blessing to wear all white in desert heat? Like, isn't that a blessing? Like, it's one thing to be seen in it, to have that kind of like glory or that glow about you because you're wearing it. But you're very particular about what you get on it. See, when we could wear all white and we make sure that we don't get any stains on it. If we get a coffee stain on our shirt or our pants, it's a wrap. You got to get it out quick. So therefore, if you wear all white and you're that privy to get it out of your clothing, shouldn't it be more anxiously done to have our personality stained, to have a sin on our soul? You know what I mean? Isn't our soul much better than all white clothing? You see? The show is called All White. We're going to take a short break and we're going to play some things not on the mainstream news. I got 3 tracks coming up from you. One is called Freestyle. The other is Schoolgirl. And we got one more followed by Schoolgirl called Fairy Tales. This is Michael Isreal here with Real TV. Stay tuned. After this short break, we'll be right back. Looking at her, just a beautiful soul. Hair's rolled in a heart full of gold. Skin bronze, and I know that she the one, and she don't even gotta have on a red dress. She don't even gotta have a hair press. She could have on a shirt with some sweats on or some tights on and some furry socks on. It don't even matter what she got on. Popcorn, popcorn on the toes. I don't care, that's it's all about what's inside, not the outside, right? Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm the guy she like. I'm the guy she like, and she like when I write the stop. I don't know what I'm saying, cause I'm just flowing, I'm just flowing like a light bulb. You get it? I'm just freestyling because she like that. Love it when we argue, she don't fight back. I try not to argue, I try not to start stuff, cause that be starting stuff, you get it? And yeah, she with it, she down to go any trip. She ground, she down. If I'm in the fight, she'll fight any. But she don't be fighting though. We just be liking life. We all in the life. It's been a while since the nightlife. But since this a special night, just grab my hand, baby, let me show you right. And I'll show you I'm right. Nah, you know the lady is right. Yeah, so always, young man, always take out the trash. If she say, gotta take out the trash, then you're wrong. You should have took out the trash. One of our favorite things is going to the chicken wing place to get the sauce. Yeah, lemon pepper is what she get. But I ain't with it though. That was a freestyle. That was a freestyle. Hey. Don't be upset. That's not your fault, alright? I'ma freestyle this to you, okay? I'ma let you know that it's not your fault. I'ma tell you straight from the heart over this melody so it can help you, alright? I don't know what I'm about to say right now, but I gotta let you know, don't worry about it. Listen. Don't worry about it, babe. You can finish school. You can finish school. Don't worry about that. I know the teacher is stressing. I know the loans is stressing. I know you caught no pressing. And I know you need this. And I know you need that. And your family asking that. And your family want this. And your mama need this. And your daddy asking that. And your brother need that. You only one person. You can't do everything. In God's grace, you can do everything. Don't be stressed out. Don't be rest out. Don't be restless and pressed out. Studying every night with the books by the pool. Working hard. 2 job. In school. Got churn. No churn. You all good. Look, don't worry about it. Don't be stressed out. It ain't no hook for this. It's just don't be stressed out. Don't be worried about it. It's gonna be alright. Look, lady. Look, baby girl. Look, darling. Look, princess. Look, queen. Look, majesty. I gotta call you these names so you can understand. So you can understand. You gotta understand. God got a plan for you. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. You'll find that. And all them other guys that's pressing you, babe, don't mind that. You know how they do. You know how I did. You know how I was. You know how these thugs be. When they see a nice Bugs be, they just like Bugs Bunny. They want Buzz to be. I'm a freestyle for you because you need this. I know you in school, but don't worry about it. I know your check ain't come through yet. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I know you need food stamp, but don't worry about it. This is chill music. Yeah. This is real music. This is chill music. Yeah. This is real music. You are beautiful. You have to understand this, okay? And you are a handsome person. You have to understand this, okay? Beauty from the inside out. Okay? Not from the outside in. Alright? And I know that everything is going to be okay. I'm here to tell you don't worry. Don't worry about a thing. Everything is going to be alright. Alright. Don't worry about a thing, are you? And I know that you might think that things won't be okay, but it will. Fairy tales do come. Michael Isreal. Hope you enjoyed the melodies. And we are back. Today's show is called All White. We are 30 minutes into the show. And I want to go ahead and cut it short. So as I mentioned, we're going to start with not on the mainstream news. And before we dive into it, I do want to say this. I do have to say this. Trying to gather my train of thought, make sure I get this out right. With these allegations, right now, it should be visually clear that the system is corrupt, right? We understand that Pizzagate still hasn't been thoroughly investigated because the government is corrupt, and a lot of them are a part, a lot of them are affiliates, and some can say, well, there's good cops and there's bad cops. Well, no, that's not the case, because the good cops know who the bad cops are. So if you know who they are, then that makes you guilty, right? That's guilty by association. But then that's all part of the brotherhood. Each police officer, each senate, each mayor, governor, whoever is in the political system, they all take an oath. You know what I mean? And under that oath, they take care of one another, look out for one another. That's just a part of the brotherhood system. That's how it works. So we understand that the Podesta brothers are still out. They rape children. They have paintings of the children in their homes and statues. They fit the description to a 100% as the victims described. They paid off a little bit of money and case dismissed. But just know that justice will be served. Vengeance is what? The Lord's. So even if the government doesn't ordain the judgment, don't worry about that. It's all good. In due time, they'll wish that they would have gotten rid of their old ways and turned their hearts to our Heavenly Father. Because when the sky goes up like a scroll, and the sun turns black, and the moon turns blood red, and it's harvest time for real, then it'll be too late. So that's one thing I did want to mention. Remember, it started with Bill Cosby that these allegations took place. And again, it's starting with him going to jail. It is not over yet. It is not over yet. And what they're doing, it seems like a revolution for women. It seems like the government has finally took a turn, and that a woman president could be possible in the near future. It seems that women can have more equal rights on the job now. Seems like they could be more CEO in more CEO positions with equal pay or better pay and things of the such. But the whole plan for them is to put women on a pedestal, to break the men down, to get them out of Hollywood. But at the same time, the women that they're putting on a pedestal are transgenders anyway. So it's just nothing but a game. And then when they put the women on the pedestal, they're going to take them down. See, and they want the Hollywood transgendered community to be a representation of the new world. They want women to be men and men to be women who are that already. But the needlework is so good. The surgeries are done so professionally well that you, with the naked eye, can hardly see. You have to really be in the spirit. You got to really look at their eyes. It's more than just a set of tits and a booty and a pair of Botox lips and makeup and weave and heels and dresses that can, I don't mean to say it like that, but I got to keep it real. I got to keep it real with you. And what? I mean, hey, it's Saturday, it's Friday, right? It's Friday. So let me keep it 100 with you. You got to look beyond that. You have to be in the spirit, and the eyes are the windows to the soul. There's a lot of men who are not men, and it's more than just muscles and tats and beards. They have it now where the women can grow beards now. And it's a lot of the those people, if you will, or people like that in positions, and they haven't revealed who they really are, and they won't until it's time. Man, let me read some out on the mainstream news so we get out of here. I do want this to be a short show. So let's see what we got. We got a couple of things. I may be a little late on a couple of these, but bear with me. Let's see what we got. Okay, now on the mainstream news. This is about a week ago. I'm not sure if you heard about this, but you need to watch out. If you like pancakes, if you like breakfast, you can't eat breakfast at everybody else. Mom makes French toast laced with PCP for her kids. An investigation underway in Kansas after a mother says she accidentally put the drug PCP into French toast she was making for her children. One was 16 years old and the other were under the age of 1. Wow. So supposedly she put the PCP in a vanilla extract bottle. I guess the PCP needs to be in a dark environment, and she forgot it was in there, and yeah, it wasn't a good scene. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. I know we got something on here that's of interest. Now in the mainstream news, you may have heard about this. Mariah Carey. Wow, Mariah. Ex-manager claims sexual harassment. Said that the singer is always naked. Obviously, we know this wasn't a guy complaining. It had to have been a lady. Said that Mariah is always naked around her. Constantly. So, yeah. Interesting. Now in the mainstream news, R. Kelly is back in the mainstream. Looks like he's about to be caught up with some allegations, possibly, on drugs, STD, and underage women. I'm not going to get too deep into that. Not on the mainstream news. Amazon workers pee into bottles out of fear of being punished for taking bathroom breaks. Amazon is being overworked. All right, y'all keep on peeing in them bottles and telling the news. They're gonna replace y'all with robots. You know they got them robots in a few Walmarts now that's going through the aisles and looking through the aisles and stuff and helping people find stuff. Man, this technology thing is going off the charts. But it's a shame that they have to work under such strenuous conditions. We know that your favorite coffee store is going to be shutting down 8,000 stores in the U.S. on May 29th due to the racism complaint. I'm not going to get into that. I want to make it a short show. So let's see. Just trying to see. Pull a couple of sides here. See if we got anything interesting. Now in the mainstream news, burglars steal $820,000 in cash and jewelry from Usher's home. Makes you wonder, did he have his jewelry stolen because he's getting the divorce from his wife? Maybe the wife set it up to get the jewelry so she can pawn it and get some money from alimony or whatever. Makes you wonder. Wow. Now in the mainstream news, Puerto Rico, Boricua Puerto Rico, I'm not saying it to be funny, but they suffered an island-wide power outage. They had a total blackout. I know you probably haven't heard of that. Over 840,000 customers were out of power for 36 hours. It's a long time. It's a long time to be out of power. And speaking of, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted for 1 minute. There is still a war at brink. World War III is on the brink. See, well, all these allegations is a perfect distraction, isn't it? Everybody want to know what's going on with Cosby. Everybody want to know what's going on in Toronto with that situation that happened up there. You know what I mean? It's just so many. You know, they know how to play this game of chess, don't they? But understand that the war is at brink. China could get involved. Shipments and exports may stop going in and out. Food shortages may be on the rise. Right? So we have to be wise. Be in the spirit. Ask our Heavenly Father for guidance. Whether He wants you to gather a couple of gallons of water. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I can't gauge that for you. I can't just go out and say, go get some food, go get some bottles of water just in case. You got to be in the spirit. On one hand, I do understand the scripture says, worry not what you should eat the next day. Don't count the hairs on your head. I understand that. But I do understand that our Heavenly Father did give Noah guidance to build the ark. And He told Noah to gather some food for him and his family. So you got to pray this one out, But it's good to be wise. It's good to be wise. I'll just say that. Most importantly, enjoy your money. Because if this war ever happens, it will be an all-white nuclear disaster. And that means that the sun will be blocked by the ash in the sky and the smoke. There'll be screaming and crying and blood. It won't be the same. So let's treasure these moments, and love you much. Thanks for tuning in to Real TV. And as always, it's always one love. One.